his buddy's like, yeah, Jake Lloyd was Anakin Skywalker. And he goes, oh, I just stole some shit from him.
Welcome to the Nerd News Podcast, starring Tyson Cox and Tyler Waltz.
Welcome to Nerd News, Nerds and Nerds. I am your host and MC, Tyson Cox. Joining with me, as always, is my good long-haired buddy,
Tyler Waltz.
All right. Hope you guys had a good weekend. We did as well. I went and I got drunk. So it was my wife's brother's 50th birthday party. So started drinking at 1 in the hotel.
Your wife's brother's 50th birthday party.
Yeah.
50. My dad just turned 50.
Really?
Last week.
Well, no.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, it was his 50th birthday.
That's
last
wild.
week.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Because she told me, she's like, yeah, it's my brother's 50th. I'm like, you mean 40th? And she goes, I don't think so.
That's wild.
But yeah, it was an open bar, so I was just crushing Miller Lights because I'm classy.
You gotta make your money's worth.
Yeah, you know. But I mean, it was in the hotel bar, so I was like, I'm tired. So I just went to bed and then took a nap and then woke up. So I had 2 Saturdays on Saturday. It was pretty good.
That's pretty great.
It's not bad.
That's a good weekend.
Yeah. I did some shows, did something with Don't Tell, converted a warehouse into a comedy club for a night. That was super fun.
That was really cool. I wasn't able to make it, but I saw the after.
What about you? What'd you do this weekend?
Everything with my dad's birthday.
Yeah.
We just celebrated this weekend, even though it was
Nice.
week. Yeah.
You're like, well, you're old. You made it.
Yeah, right. No, we went, did some family stuff, went to a gun range. It was a good time.
Nice. Yeah. We thought that extra week was really going to keep us from having to throw you a party. That's good. What about you guys out there, you guys and gals, you nerd and nerdettes out there in the nerdiverse, in the nerd world?
Yeah.
Hopefully, you guys tell us what you did. Do you have anything cool come up with the nerd stuff?
Yeah, especially because it's my favorite time of the year, which is around Halloween, because I love horror.
And my birthday.
Well, I don't really care about that. Back to the important stuff. So yeah, if there's any like horror movies or anything you're watching, let us know. I know I've been keeping a track. Next on my list to watch is Smile.
Ooh, I heard good things about that.
I heard very good things about
it.
that.
It seems like it's going to be too scary for me.
I only heard one complaint, which from a horror movie is impressive.
Yeah?
And it was that as great as the movie was, it ends like a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
That was the only complaint that I've heard.
Yeah.
But like there's 3 ways that a horror movie can end. So I don't know which one it picked.
Ghost, human, monster.
Well, so it's either good guys win,
okay,
but the monster's still out there,
well,
or the guy's still out there, or the sequel's gonna happen. You know, like that's ending 1.
Smile 2. Keep smiling.
Yeah. Right. The smiler.
Get smiled. Welcome to the Griniverse.
Smile 2. Smile boogaloo. The second way that it can end is that there's some kind of plot twist where the good guy was like the bad guy, or you find out who the real person pulling the strings are so they know who to fight in the next movie.
Yeah.
And then the third one is you don't know the fate of the main person, so you can find out the fate in the second movie.
Oh.
Because like every horror movie is now a franchise. There's no such thing as a one-off horror movie.
I got a couple of things I've written, and I'm gonna get them made, just little horror shorts, and they're gonna end.
Yeah.
The shotgun blasts to the actor. That way we can't even bring them back for the sequel.
Yeah, no, I've always wanted to do something like an analog horror.
You're showing me those. I was thinking about that the other day. They're so creepy.
They're so good. I showed my mom, and I thought she was gonna die. Like she was like, we're sitting there, and because the Jim and I Home Entertainment, for those of you that haven't seen it, the first one starts off very inconspicuous. It looks like you just found an 80s local news station forest show where it's like weird animals, and it takes place in Minnesota.
Yeah, look at these kooky birds.
Yeah, and then the third animal, it just says wood crawler everywhere. They like to take it up in people's houses. Yeah. You will hear screams because they stole their voice, and you're like, okay. I don't like it. Yeah. So my mom's watching it, and it cuts over, and she goes, what? Wood crawler? And she looks and she goes, I've never heard of a, like it hasn't clicked yet. And she's like, I haven't heard of a wood crawler. And then she's watching it and she goes, people's house, is it a bug? Is it a, Is it a bug? And I'm like, I don't know, Mom. And then it cuts over to that real footage of the people just standing in the window.
You lied to your mom?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
You son of a bitch.
And it cuts over to the people standing in the window. And she's like, shut it off. And I was like, no, I was like, you don't want to see what the wood crawlers are, Mom? And she goes, Tyler, I'm not happy. Shut it off. And I'm like, I can't find the remote. Just torturing her through this thing. She goes, Tyler, it's still going. I was like, it just kept building. It was pretty great.
I enjoy that first reaction of what was it?
Shut it off.
Shut it off. Yeah. Shut it off.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But yeah, and I love all that kind of stuff. And I'm not a good animator as much as I would like to make something animated. Like I like Boisvert. That's a BOISV.
Oh yeah, you're talking about the creepy dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've talked about them both on here before. But yeah, no, very good, very creepy.
Yeah.
It's the it adheres to the principle of you don't show the monster
Right.
really well.
You see
both
pieces.
of those. Yeah, but you never see it.
Never get the full thing.
Yeah. Well, it's like Bird Box. Originally, it was like it's big babies.
That
All right.
Bird Box is the perfect example of how not showing the monster can also ruin the movie. I hated Bird Box. Oh, I thought it was.
I liked how it did the big Sam Raimi like wind and leaves, and then you just close your eyes.
Yes,
It's infinitely better. From what they wanted the monster to be, way better. They did not show it.
What were they wanting it to be?
It was like literally large gray babies, like messed
I think
up.
I would have liked that a lot. Not because I thought, man, this is a bad movie. I think flying gray babies would have made it that extra level of like, oh, this is a masterpiece. Like this is such a bad movie. It's great.
No,
because they didn't name the kids.
Well,
the
yeah.
kids' names were boy and girl.
that is a name. Okay, then later he gets to change his name to Guy.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
Let's just shift a little bit. Constantine, since we're talking about a bit scary stuff.
Yeah,
Constantine remake in the works
with Keanu Reeves.
is it confirmed with Keanu?
That's what I heard.
That's what I've heard as well.
The article I read said that
Yeah.
it was in talks. They have a writer and a director, and Keanu Reeves so far is back.
Yes, I know. In the past he said he'd want to do it. So Constantine's coming back with Keanu Reeves. I hope that they make it as good as the first one.
Did you like the first one?
I love the first one.
I liked it a lot as well. When I was younger, I rewatched it. It's still pretty good. Mm-hmm. But when I was older, I had read the comic books.
Okay.
The comic books are very dark.
Yes.
I'm hoping that they go more like that. They make it less hero-y and they make it more gritty. Like Constantine comic books, stuff that's not really okay, like storylines.
Yeah, but they can't do that. Especially now. It's like, no, they had the first one. They set a precedent, brought the guy back. It'd be such a weird whiplash if they were like, oh, yeah, and by the way,
Right.
it's all bad. You're like, oh, no.
Yeah, I guess that's true. The first one was really good. I'm skeptical. I do think it's got more promise than what a lot of what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Because it is Disney, right?
it's
'cause-
MC Marvel. Or
Okay,
no, wait, Constantine's DC. Never
I
mind.
think Constantine is DC, so it's not Marvel.
So it's not Marvel. So that it can get
Less
get
fake
messed
now.
up. Yeah, it can get just messed up from it being a DC live action movie.
Yeah, that's true. Well, which speaking of that, Black Adam, apparently mixed reviews. I know we haven't seen it yet. I do love the 2 reviews that I've read was this may be the worst hero movie that's ever existed.
Yeah.
That warms my heart because I do not like The Rock.
I mean, I'm not here to fault The Rock. He worked hard. He's had a hard life, all this stuff. But the reason I'm not going to see it is because of the interview when he was like, I think Black Adam's the strongest hero to ever exist ever.
Of course.
Like, no. Well, here, guess what, Rock? My guy that I'm making up, Stu.
Okay.
His name's Stu.
I'm in.
Yeah, his power set is slightly better than Black Adam.
Yeah, he's got all of Black Adam's powers plus 5%.
It's just +1. He's just under Shaggy from Scooby Doo, just under that power level.
So my annoyance with actors giving opinions on like the hero verse and stuff, of course the one that you play is going to be the best.
Oh my god, I would have loved it if he was like, how strong is Black Adam? He's like, not very.
Not good.
He looks great, incredibly weak,
Right.
very soft.
whenever you can tell, I always like it when an actor actually, to a certain degree, embodies and appreciates what they're doing. Like Henry Cavill. Yeah. When it comes to Superman, The Witcher, you can tell that he likes that culture, right?
Yeah.
Then you get like The Rock with Black. Of course he's going to say it's the strongest because he doesn't give a shit about any of that stuff. Well, he's just an actor.
I think Black Adam's been a passion project of his for a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything about that.
He apparently has been lobbying for years to get it made. But that doesn't mean he likes all of the, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what he knows.
That's true. Because it annoyed me with Captain Marvel. Brie Larson.
Yeah, you're telling me that. Yeah.
Infuriating. She's like, of course she would be able to hold Mjolnir. No. Obviously, if she could, like, it's just the ignorance of like, oh, mine's definitely the best. It's just, you can tell when somebody actually loves, like the guy that plays Daredevil.
Oh, Charlie Cox.
Yes, Charlie Cox. He loves the character. You can tell in interviews. He has a good time. He talks about the character. He has like a kinship kind of with what he's doing. And then there's the ones that are like, I get paid to do this.
Yeah, well, I mean, even Benedict Cumberbatch is like, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one fighting for any kind of anything with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell you like the character.
Yeah, he has a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. So it does suck to like have people that are just like, I don't know, man. He kicks a lot of teeth in.
Yeah. Yeah. But, and then I've also heard people be like, it's not a good movie, but it's a real fun action romp. And it's like, okay, if that's what it's going for, that's fine with me. Fine.
I'm just concerned. I need to look into it a bit more. So let us know out there. I read The Rock has a thing in his contract where he cannot lose a fight.
Right.
Which
got started in the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah.
Which that kind of stuff irritates me too. Because it's like, if you're trying so hard to be this like badass that you won't accept a job because your character might lose. I think that's dumb. I think that's really dumb. It makes me not want to watch your movies because you are acting like a child.
I get it to an extent because I think Jason Statham has the same thing, which is why in Hobbs and Shaw, whenever they fight, they both were like to a standstill,
which is annoying. Like, both of them are glorified children. You're going to alter the outcome of a movie because of your pride. Grow up. Like,
take your $32 million.
Yeah, right.
And fall over and be like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Where is it? There it is.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Dude, if you were like, all right, I get Sean Bean when he died in like 10 movies in a row. He's like, hey, can I not die anymore?
Yeah, right.
I'd like to see the credits once.
Yeah, I think that's kind of different though. I think that's different.
Yes, I will agree. But Batista in Blade Runner.
Okay.
Really good. Mm-hmm. Like loses a fight.
Cool.
Heartwarming moments. Like Blood Range. Batista doing a great job.
Yeah. Yeah.
He played. There's a character in the whole album was done by Aesop Rock for the sound. I can't remember what it was. Zero Dark or something like that.
Oh, the military movie.
No. This is something where Batista. It's about a block that's under like siege, and like this dude Batista has to get this girl to safety.
A block that's under siege.
Yeah. Like a city block.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't heard about this.
But I'll look up the Dave Bautista movie where he is in a city that is under attack.
What's the city under attack by? It's not the zombie movie.
It's called Bushwick. I just remembered Bushwick.
You just remembered, not Googled.
Yeah, I just remembered Bushwick. But yeah, but in that movie, he doesn't make it to the end.
Oh, okay.
He dies.
All right.
But he's also really good in other movies. Also really bad in other movies.
Yeah. Well,
it's called Range, baby.
The weird thing is like, do you remember back in the day when a wrestler was in a movie, it was just a gimmick movie. That's all it was. It wasn't supposed to be good.
Oh, you're talking about like the Hulk Hogan back in the day?
Hulk Hogan back in the day. There was a horror movie, I think, called See No Evil with Kane in it. It was just bad.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was in 2 or 3 movies.
Goldberg was.
Yeah, and they were all really bad, but people saw them because they were wrestlers.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it when they show up for like little bit parts, like in The Punisher, they had I can't remember the guy's name, but in the original like Mark Thomas Jane Punisher,
okay,
he's like the Russian, and he shows up just this man with a T-shirt painted on, and it's like the red white stripe. I can't remember what wrestler it was right now.
Huh? I don't remember that at all.
But he's the big guy that like kicks his door in, gets a hot water thrown in his face. They fight, falls down the stairs.
Okay,
That was his whole character. Was just guy shows up.
that's
fights.
great. That sounds like something that Triple H guy would do.
It was not Triple H.
wasn't?
I would. Yeah, this dude had shorter hair, but I love when people do stuff like that.
Yeah, no, see, and I appreciated those gimmicky movies way more than when suddenly every wrestler was trying to be a serious actor. Like, I don't like John Cena in anything. I really don't.
I loved him in Peacemaker.
I thought it was okay. After you got past the gimmicky beginning and like how the character kind of composed himself, it was pretty one-dimensional.
Steve Nash, Kevin Nash.
I don't know much about wrestling. I was not part of that wrestling culture growing up.
That's fair. But yeah, no, he was in that. But no, I liked. So what was your problem with Peacemaker?
It just kind of came off as one-dimensional. In my defense, I couldn't finish it, so I don't know. I don't know if it really turned around there at the end. I made it like halfway through, and that was just one for me.
I liked it because it was like John Cena was pretty one-dimensional in that, where it's like, this is my character, but great supporting cast, like phenomenal supporting cast.
Yeah, they're the reason I made it halfway.
Yeah. Like the dad, great job. Really unlikable character.
Yeah, yeah.
Or really likable, depending where you land.
Yeah. There is such an art to making a hateable character.
Oh, yeah.
I love hateable characters because they play such an important role.
They stick with you, too.
Yeah. Well, I was just telling you last week, I finally convinced Macy to watch Midnight Mass.
Oh, Midnight Mass. Yeah.
I almost said Midnight Gospel, but
Different. Yeah.
different. Equally as incredible. But Midnight Mass, Macy doesn't really like horror. It's not that she was just not wanting to watch it. She's not a big horror person.
Yeah.
But first off, The Preacher stole.
Hezekiah Linklater?
Absolutely.
Hamish Linklater.
Just masterpiece of a role for him.
Seriously, I was mad when he didn't win an Oscar. Did they do Oscar for Netflix? They should.
Yeah, I think so.
He did so good.
It's one of the best acting performances I've ever seen.
Ever.
I love it. His speeches actually get me like riled up.
God, and there's just like a tenor in his voice of like reverence and fear and respect and just so many emotions. Like he was joy and terror, and he wants you to be involved.
His speech about going to war for the kingdom of heaven, you're sitting there and you're like, yeah. And like all the people in the crowd are kind of like, well, he keeps saying we're going to war a lot, but just it's so good. Like that.
Well, so I love that show so much because you'd see people in the audience being like, yeah, let's go. And then other people be like, oh, no, he means literally.
Yeah. But I think her name was Beverly. Bev.
Oh, Bev. Oh my God.
I think she takes easily in the top 3 most hated characters of all time for me.
Yeah.
I literally, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, it's been out long enough though.
Yeah, spoiler. But hey, seriously, watch it. Super good.
It's
just don't go into specifics, but like her end of it.
Yeah. I was literally watching how her story ends and just thinking, not enough.
Yeah.
More should have happened to her.
Let us know your top hated characters.
Top hated.
Because they like I want to watch stuff that makes me just see people and be like, you.
Yeah, I think Bev, and then why can't I think of his name right now? From Tony Hawk's Underground, your rival.
Oh,
Sparrow. I think was his name.
I almost called him Nuts. That's not a name.
It's something Sparrow. I think, right?
But anyways.
Easily 2 of the most hated characters of all time.
Yeah, I watched Train to Busan lately.
Amazing.
The businessman, real jerk.
The most hateable.
Yeah, but
it upset me he made it that far.
Well, he made it that far by being a real jerk.
Yep.
So yeah, let us know give us your top 3, and we'll do a little poll. We'll see who keeps popping up, and we'll talk about them next week. What makes them real hateable?
Definitely. But yeah, hateable characters are equally as important as lovable characters.
Hard to pull off too.
Yeah, because they have to dance that fine line between being believable or cartoonishly evil.
Yeah.
Or just obnoxious. Like that's really the 3 categories, and then there's just like the chef's kiss, like Beverly from Midnight Mass.
Yeah, because I'm getting mad. That's how good she is. I'm getting mad about her.
I never watched Game of Thrones past the first season.
Yeah, I didn't.
But apparently Joffrey was a really good.
Yeah. He was a very good. You're a good bat. He was getting hate mail.
Yeah,
and like he didn't do it, dude. It's like the writers did it.
Yep. But apparently he was really good as a hateable character as well.
Smarmy. People hated him, which I always sucks when like a young actor gets a real hated character as their big thing. I'm like, are they ever gonna get booked for anything again?
Yeah, like the kid that played Anakin Skywalker. I'm fairly certain that that he ended up like attacking his mom and like stealing her car, and he's in jail now.
That's wild.
Yeah. Like I think he's been in jail since like 2015.
Yeah,
there was an article a couple weeks ago about him getting transferred to like a psych ward or some shit.
Yeah, he said he's from Carmel, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's from near us. So he enrolled to Columbia College in Chicago.
Okay.
Like back in the day, and me and my buddies, so Columbia College, if you don't know, it's an art school, and it lets idiots who are poor and want to learn how to do computer animation drop out after a semester. That's me. They let people do that.
I think that's every school. I don't think that's that.
Yeah, they'll let you in and get your money first.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. But like when I was there, I would live in Chicago for a couple years, and I had friends, and people get invited to stuff, and you won't really know who the host is because it's all like, it's almost like LA and Chicago. Ooh,
okay.
You know, it's like networking and stuff. We all get to go to this house party, this apartment party. It was pretty nice. We're all getting real hammered. None of us really know the host because like it was like I got invited by a buddy who got invited by somebody who got invited by the host.
Okay.
And so
you weren't really wanted there.
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was a party.
Yeah, right.
That's why I have to run D&D myself. No one wants to show up and hang out.
Right.
But we all get hammered and whatnot. And for a long time, I thought it was a TV. I thought my buddy stole a TV from this house. Then I remember, that was one of those we talked. We all got drunk, and he stole a whole bottle of Jack Daniels just like from the bar. Because he was like, it's a weird party. And he stole the bottle and left. We're all sitting and we're talking on the train back home. We're all sitting around and we're talking. And it was like, the guy was like, yeah, this guy came up. He said he was hosting the party. I didn't really know him. Like, he looked familiar. And someone was like, wait, the host, you mean Jake? And the guy was like, yeah, I think his name was Jake. Yeah, I was like, Jake, he said something about Star Wars. Like, his buddy was like, yeah, Jake Lloyd was Anakin Skywalker. And he goes, oh, I just stole some shit from him.
That's okay. He hits his mom.
Yeah. Now I'm like, he should have stole more.
Yeah.
Should have stole his hand so his mom would be okay.
Isn't that crazy, though? Like, to me, I would never blame an actor for, like, I've seen some shitty movies.
Yeah.
I never once thought it's his fault. Like, you can tell. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Has there been a movie where it's pretty obvious that it is the actor's fault? Because almost entirely it's the script. Like, they're doing what they can with the script.
It's script and editing.
Right.
Because you can really polish a turd.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, a lot of people shit on the older actor for Anakin because he's. Oh, yeah. But when you watch those movies, you can clearly tell, like, no, these lines of dialogue that were written are atrocious.
Sand. I hate sand.
Yeah,
of course, it gets everywhere.
It's course it gets everywhere.
Do you see the line they cut?
No.
It was like this beautiful monologue from like Anakin to Padme about like, I know he has love in his heart. I see it every day. I try to ignore it, but it's something you cannot ignore, and it's something I'm going to try to guide and further and make it use of life. Like, it was like a very like good, like, all right, yeah. This explains the character. It's
we ended up with sand,
and we get Mr. Jar Jar Binks.
That's so true.
Ooh,
but I would say the overwhelming majority of times it's the script.
Yeah,
like, it's the actor doing the best that they can.
Yeah.
I can't think of and please let us know, because I'm sure there's definitely actors that are at fault.
Yeah. Anyways, Constantine. I think that might be our longest diversion.
Yeah, that's fine though. Those are always fun.
Yeah, but Constantine should be good if it's done right. I think. Yeah, the subject matter it's talking, like if they do it with any, like even back in the day, Constantine had some good stuff where like the alcoholic priest gives in, tries to drink, and just the demon's like no, and he literally drowns himself.
Yep.
Horrifying. He puts his feet in the bathtub. You know, the cat like flies out. Great horrifying stuff.
Excellent.
Scary too. Like when the first scene when he's like wrapping the cloth around his hand, and you just see all the demons swarming. Yeah. Horrifying. Like so good. They can do so much good stuff, and they got the credence. And I think, honestly, we're gonna see what happens with Blade, and then we'll see what Constantine does.
Yeah. Which we've already talked about Blade.
Yeah,
if you want to see what we think about Blade, you can check out that episode.
Previous 2 episodes ago?
Yeah, 2 episodes ago. Anything else you want to chat about? Like, we went way, way outside the normal parameter. We
did a little bit. I think we got some. I think it all makes sense and it'll be fine. If not, let us know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do want to do. So we've been asking people to leave reviews and whatnot, and thank you for everyone that has. And we got a handful. We got a bunch of them in, but we only had 2 that had anyone type anything.
Yeah. So we're gonna read one now.
Yeah, we're gonna read one right now.
Cool. Which one do you want to go first?
Yeah, no, you go ahead, Tyler.
Okay, cool. And this comes from Cinder the Cat 67. Can't get any nerdier. 5 stars. Those are the ones we want.
We will only read 5-star reviews.
Yeah, if you even think about doing a
4.5.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
Gosh, if it was legal to say what we would do, we would say it.
Because we would do stuff.
We
We wouldn't just ignore them and feel bad about ourselves.
and immediately quit. No, because we can't handle pressure. All right. So Cinder the Cat 67 said, can't get any nerdier. These 2 nerds are nerdingly awesome. So whenever I need to nerd out, they are my go-to nerds.
I enjoyed the repetition of the word nerd.
Yes,
They're like, excellent. I like that nerdy intro from the guy who says nerd 4 or 5 times to really make sure you know they're going to be talking about some nerd stuff.
Yeah, no, that was great. I thank you so much. We really appreciate the review. And we'll read one next time as well.
Yeah, and if we get more than one in, we're going to read them all. We'll read them all, so feel free to pile them on.
Yeah.
You got any cool shows or anything coming up?
At the moment, what's the show the 28th that we're both on?
Oh, 28th, we are both on Smokers and Jokers.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only show I've got in the works at the moment.
Nice. Yeah, I got the 27th. I'm headlining The Stable in Bloomington, Illinois. And then on the 28th, which is my birthday, I'm doing Smokers and Jokers. Then I'm leaving to go do the Blue Room, which is a swingers club.
Nice. I want to be on that show so bad.
I'm sure you'll get there. They're like, well, you can't be weird is the thing. They know as soon as they get you in there, you're going to be like, do I touch everything? Do I touch nothing?
A bit of both.
I'm going to do both. Yeah, and then the 29th, I'm going to be getting drunk and hanging out at Sam's Silver Circle from 7 to 9 if you wanted to come out and say hi.
Cool.
I got other stuff coming down, but yeah.
Right on. I think that's it for today, right?
Yeah, so thank you guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, rate, review, all of the adjectives and verbs.
All that stuff.
Yeah, because it helps us out so much. And
it does.
We are just 2 nerds doing what we love, and we hope you love it. So spread the nerd word. So remember to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a dog.
We'll see you next time.